today I'm talking to journalist Robyn Doolittle about her investigative series about the gender pay gap in the legal profession. Robyn has been investigating pay gaps at major Canadian law firms, and what she has found has been shocking to a lot of people in the profession. The wage gap between male and female equity partners at top law firms averages $371,000 a year. That's 25% pay gap between men and women. Information about pay at large firms can be very secretive, with associates at these firms often in the dark about how they compare to their peers and what they may expect if they make it to the partner level. Robyn has been shining a light on this topic and where the trends may be heading. Robyn, thanks so much for joining today. I have to say you've been the talk of Bay Street with a lot of my friends who I went to law school with and articled with, so I'm really grateful you can be here today to talk to me about it. Can you tell me broadly, what did you find in your investigation and what surprised you the most?
Sure. Well, for the last year or so, we've been publishing an investigation at the Globe and Mail that's called The Power Gap. And it's been exploring gender imbalances in the modern workforce. And it's looked at a variety of sectors, including law. I think it's interesting to point out that the reason I became interested in the legal sector specifically is that while trying to look at the way that women were treated in various workplaces, I reached out to employment lawyers across the country, spoke with dozens of them, and I was astonished at how often the conversation ended with them saying, "Oh, and by the way, off the record, do you want to hear what happened to me at my law firm?" And it was just this incredible irony, I guess, that I was finding that the people who were hired to be kind of the knights, the warriors for these individuals who were facing discrimination in their own workplaces were telling me that they themselves were facing serious discrimination in their workplaces, and one of which was related to pay. And obviously, as you know, salaries in the legal sector are secret. There had been attempts by the Women Lawyers Forum, the Canadian Bar Association's WLF, to do a survey to get a sense of what the gap might be, similar to what happens in the United States. Firms refused. And over the course of the last year, I've now obtained, sometimes in one case voluntarily from Aaron and Bearless, but in two other cases, through other mechanisms, some internal confidential documentation of what the gap might be. And in both cases at the firms, it was Castles, Brock, and Blake's, the gap was 25% at the equity partner level.
Now, for our non-lawyer audience, can you explain how compensation is actually determined at these big firms? Because it varies.
Yeah, I mean, and I'd love to say I knew exactly, but the reality is one, firms were very secretive. My former colleague, Christine Dobby, did a lot of reporting on this for a story that ran in the series as well. It varies everywhere. Many firms don't even want to talk about it at all. Sometimes equity partners, so these are lawyers that have a stake, have invested in the firm and have a financial stake in it. Sometimes they don't even know what their colleagues are being paid. So it really varies. I mean, but definitely things that I've heard that are factored in are, the revenue that they generate. So the amount of billables that they're putting out, clients that they're bringing into the firm, how much work they're doing. And then also they're sometimes being credited for other things, such as mentorship or improving EDI in a firm. But it really seems to vary everywhere what types of things are being valued. And one thing I did hear, and I've certainly heard, maybe we're going to talk about some of the backlash that we've been hearing, but women told me over and over again that there's an eat what you kill idea, and that's understood. But sometimes even when you add up the kill counts, women are still not being paid at comparable levels to colleagues who are maybe producing lower revenue numbers or lower billables. So I think that that's something that was really intriguing to me as well.
The eat what you kill model, like for the non-lawyers, would be you keep a share of the revenue that you generate for the firm.